And welcome to Co-op Guild. This is Steve. I'm here with Co-op Corner. This is our monthly news segment covering upcoming cooperative board games that you might be interested in. So lots of stuff happening. By the way, congratulations, Guild. You guys took down the boss already. You guys are too strong. I need to get my code updated for you guys. You guys are doing really, really well. Cool. All right. Yeah, we're here to run through the new stuff. If you guys have any questions on anything you see here, if you're live, just drop them in the comment section. Do my best to answer them. Otherwise, I will, of course, be looking at the YouTube comments after the fact. So definitely jump down there. All right, let's dive into the month of April. So what do we have first to look at? First one is a game that you have seen on this channel a lot. It's one of my favorites. Ashes Ascendancy is currently on Kickstarter. Oh, quick note that these games, all the links that you see here, actually there's one link I don't even have, but I'll mention it later, will be in the video description, so you can go there to find all these campaigns. But this is Ashes Ascendancy. This is by Black Hat Games. This is one of my personal favorite games. Is one of our go-to games. One of Derek from Kent Studio comes to visit. This is a 1 to 2 player game in which you'll be taking a deck of cards that represent a Phoenixborn and either going head-to-head, boo, or against a boss. Yay! I only play as cooperative, or solo, of course. So yes, this is coming back with a brand new way of approaching the game. A new starter set, which is really nice. So if you haven't played any Ashes, this is a good way to jump into it. The boss is now going to be, because they had the boss were called the Chimera, and they were fun. I enjoyed them. And they're going to finish out the cycle still, but they've announced this one, which is a Dragonborn. So it has a different behavior dice. It looks, in my opinion, more interesting. So I'm liking what I see here. I don't know how this is going to work exactly. I haven't seen the rulebook. I'm hoping at some point they might have information we can do a little preview for you guys. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so I'll have one boss in here, and I'll have 2 Phoenixborn, which with a new set of dice. There's a complete new magic dice in this one. All these have dice of different powers, basically. And so this, you can buy this set and you can just jump right in, which is pretty cool. Hey, Danny. I'm back to Ashes Ascendancy. I'm trying to figure out if I should go all in. You know, I have some early content already. Yeah, so the nice thing about this is you can, there's a lot of options here. So since you mentioned, let's jump into it a little bit. So if you're a veteran to this, you just need the new core. You're good to go from there. So just the new star set's probably all you need. And if you just want to try out the game, get the star set, it should be fine. Now, the cool thing about this is they are adding, let's see if you can find it, the option down here. Where are the options? Oh, yeah, new premium tokens, which I'm excited for. A giant storage solution, which should hold all the content plus the future content. Of course, if they keep making content with the game, maybe they'll exceed, but at least for the foreseeable future, this should hold everything. And where's the option? Oh, yeah, so you get just start set, all the new stuff, of course. And then here's the new player plus. So they'll also give you Phoenixborn of each of the different, there's different dice that have different powers. So this will give you a taste of all those powers and like which dice or which style do you prefer. So it's a decent way to jump into it. All in will get you all that stuff plus all the content, which is a ton. Now the good news is if you don't get the all in, so this is asking, helping you out, Danny, a little bit. The nice thing about this is what they're doing is really smart. They're doing this custom ordering system. So basically there's a website, I don't think it's live yet, but it'll be professionally managed by Plaid Hat, and then you can create your deck and you have a buy button next to it. Just click buy, they will print the cards and any dice you want and send them straight to you. So if you're missing or you just want like a specific cards, you can definitely do that. And so it should be pretty easy to get what you need. But of course, if you want all the original cards, just give me everything. This is a good starting good way to jump in because it'll be cheaper to get it in bulk here. But like I said, if there's any reservations, you're not going to miss out at all. You can print any cards, like I said, anything you want later. It should not be an issue. That's what I'd recommend. Yeah, boss. I don't know. I think this will be a custom. I think they're printing it themselves. I think they have a printing source. I'm not sure exactly what's coming from. It is not their normal cards quality. Let me rephrase that a little bit. It is. I've seen videos of it, and it's like really, really good. Like I don't have any concerns with the quality, but it's like they found a different factor, a different source for this. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, and yeah, to Mike's point here, the pre-cons, the pre-constructed decks, the decks that just come with right out of the backpack and can play, they are all very good. Honestly, there's only one I think that I would avoid if you're going to play it solo or co-op. It's not like it's all bad. There's just a few cards in there I'd swap out. So that's, and I'm trying to think, that was Victoria. Yeah, she looks like the Jester, kind of like a Harley Quinn type character. Her signature card doesn't work in PvE, so I would avoid that one. But honestly, you can just switch out cards for that, and for that one card, and you're good to go. So they're all fun. They all play very differently. I love this game. You will, if you have any questions how it's played, I've got videos on my channel. There's plenty of other videos out there. Other content creators do a great job. Yeah, you will definitely be seeing more of this game on this channel when this stuff becomes available. Because like I said, there's a lot to it. A lot of fun. So, is it a deck builder PvE? Remy, it is. It is a. I'm going to use the term living card game without being a living card game, because living card game is a term that is exclusive to Fantasy Flight games. So, but otherwise, it is very similar to that. If you're familiar with, probably the closest game like it would be Marvel Champions. So I'd probably say, because you've got one character that's your focus of your deck, right? You will have other allies and stuff in there. Others, you got spells in there, and you can have these. Oh my gosh, I forgot what they're called. Conjurations, which can come out all the time for you, and it comes with pre-constructed decks. You just play it as is, or you can customize it however you want. There's deck construction, which you build the deck before you play, of course, and there's rules around that. But it's very open. You can kind of throw any card in any deck you want. The kicker is you'd be rolling dice, and the dice are your resources to pay for your cards. But there's a ton of mitigation in this game. In fact, before you start the game, you choose 3 or 5 cards you want to start the game with. It's really awesome. And if you roll bad, you just discard a card and you can set the die to anything you want. So like I said, a ton of mitigation. Really big fan of this one. I've never looked into this game before. I'm more interested in the co-op. What would I need to get as a new player in this Kickstarter to play co-op? What would you recommend? Nash, yeah. So, oh yeah, Mike, the big difference how you play cards. Exactly. You use dice for that. So Nash, so the question is, yeah, rabbit hole, slippery slope, save yourself, exactly. There's a lot of content here. What I recommend, if I was going to jump in this as a first player, honestly, I would probably just get just the starter set. And because it's going to come with 2 characters to try out, just one boss. It's not going to have a lot of replayability, but I think at that price, you will get a feel for if you like the game. And I think that's probably what I would start with, just this new core set, very focused. And then if you like it, like I said, it's very easy to get whatever cards, whatever dice you want after that fact, my opinion. Because this thing is like, you can get a lot of it and you can get a good price, but honestly, I would make sure you like it and you know how much you want of it. Personally, I'm planning to get all of it. I plan to keep up to date with it because this is one of my go-to games. But it is very easy to get stuff that interests you the most, what I'm trying to say. And it's hard to say because, like I said, there's a lot of different types of characters in the game and a lot of different ways they approach it. I like milling decks quite a bit, one of the goals is to try to take the enemy deck and run through the cards as fast as possible so they take lots of damage and you win the game that way. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I like weird approaches to games like that. Don't judge me. So, but yeah, I would definitely for most people, I'd recommend just the starter set and just call it good from there. Just keep it simple and easy. And like I said, the nice thing is you won't be missing on anything because anything you want, you'll be able to specifically request later. So cool. But yeah, definitely check out the videos. A ton of videos out there. A lot of good stuff. I've got a bunch of playthroughs on there. I will probably do playthroughs of this one in the future. So. Like I said, this is one I definitely recommend. This is a very support way of doing damage. Yes, Remy. I like my support characters. So that is definitely my approach. So, okay. moving on from Ashes, Ascendancy by Plaid Hat Games, currently live on Kickstarter, to a game that is currently live on GameFound. This is, oops, let me scroll back to the top. Sorry about that. Helldivers 2, the board game. So this is based upon the video game with the same name, a very popular video game. And you are playing as a squadron coming down to an alien planet and trying to complete different missions and don't die. So a very cooperative shooting game like that as well. So, oh, quick comment from Mike Star from last game. Sorry, I would also throw in Ashes Reborn Core, the dice, and other starting characters. That's a good call, Mike. Yeah, the Ashes Reborn Core is really good. They have a lot of a lot of characters in that one. It's probably more expensive, but you have more variety in that one. So that's also a good call, Mike. Yep, agreed. All right, how about Helldivers 2? So I have no attachment to the video game. Never played it. I am aware of it, but it's a very popular video game. So this one, basically, it's 1 to 4 players. We're playing as basically these commandos, and trying to complete different missions and goals. And so the cool thing about it, it's got a little bit of a modular setup where you will choose a mission type, a biome, and build your own character with your loadout. Now there's preset loadouts for each character. Like there's a sniper, there's a commander type approach, a couple different guys. But after you get used to the game, you can customize the loadout to however you want. However, each character has specific cards that need to go in the deck. This is one of those games that you'll be picking your loadout of different weapons. You have like a primary, secondary, and a support weapon and grenades. And ammo you have to manage for all those. And based on what you pick, certain cards will go into your deck. And in this deck, actually, let me just jump to it real quick. So let's talk about this in a little more detail. So, like I said, this is the example of a map setup. You have, of course, points of interest on the map, different biomes, so they'll have different effects, all that fun stuff. Now, how it works is, on your play, you will grab initiative cards for all the enemies, and you'll pick one card from your deck to play. And you'll shuffle all these together, lay them out on initiative track, and then you will be executing left and right as you go through it. When you get your turn, whatever card you play, that's the actions you'll be doing. So very simple from that standpoint as you play through it. After every 4 cards, this event happens, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so that, and it is going to be kind of your normal run around shooting up game. You can level up your character, stuff like that. Explore the map as well. Get to edges of the map. You can look for new stuff. So, I read the rulebook for this one. I was actually pretty excited for it, but I want to put a disclaimer out there that I have not played the game. But when I read about this here, I have a little bit of concern of this initiative. I feel like, and I don't know this for sure. Like I said, I haven't played it. Haven't seen any videos of it. But I feel like this initiative track might be annoying to run, and so I wasn't sold when I was reading the rulebook on this one, because I feel like you throw these cards out, you run through it, and you have to separate them out, shuffle them up again, and do it all again, right? I feel like doing that every round might be a lot. I'm trying to say as you go through this. The premise of the game is cool, but there's some things I read in the rulebook that kind of made me pause. So. I kind of wish I had more information, and I wish I had some video on it, because I don't know if my suspicions are misplaced or not. But I did want to point that out. So I do recommend taking a look at like this in particular, because I feel like there might be some things in here that don't hold up to expectations, at least my expectations. Maybe they hold up to other people's expectations. So yeah. Anyway, I wish I had more information on this one, but yeah, I did read through the rulebook on Helldivers, so we'll see. Oh, Steamforge has a playthrough. Oh, cool, Matt. I did not see that. I missed that. So take a look at that then, so you guys can check it out. So I read the rulebook, and I didn't see the playthrough at the time, because I read through a little while ago. So they might have posted after I might have missed it, honestly, the playthrough. So, but Helldivers 2 is the name of this one, and it is. Oh yeah, the loadout seems cool. You can do different loadouts for this one. Just look at my notes here real quick. Yeah, it's currently on GameFound, available now. And this is by, like Matt said, Steamforge Games. So, okay, let's keep going. Next one I want to talk about is a Kickstarter. It is Neon Hope. So this one, I did do a playthrough of that one. I just made that public yesterday. Yeah, Pickle might be an IP grab for the Helldivers. Don't know though. But this one I can't talk a lot about, Neon Hope. So I did play this one. I was very surprised and quite enjoyed this one actually. This one is similar in concept and approach as Arkham Horror, the living card game. I could say it took inspiration from that style of game. So if you like that style of game, and especially like Cyberpunk, this might be something to look into for sure. So it is a 1 to 4 player game. It is not a deck construction game though. You have a set deck of cards and you will be upgrading them, but there's no like building a deck and stuff like that. There's none of that in this game. But you'll be going through adventure as you go to different settings and doing these tasks, which you will be, instead of drawing from a chaos bag like in Arkham, you'll be drawing from what's called the grid. It's just these tokens face down, you flip them all over. And it's got a really cool system where there's a lot of knowledge and what you may be drawing, may be coming up, but without having perfect knowledge in this one. So, yeah, exactly right. A lot of Arkham Horror vibe for sure. And this is, yeah. So for me, I'm not a big horror fan, and I did not like the Chaos Bag Arkham Horror, and this is much more my style. It does like the Chaos Bag approach way better. Like I love this so much better than that approach, and it's not horror. So for me, this was what I was what I was hoping Arkham Horror to be for me. A lot of people aren't going to agree with me on that, but that's fine. I'm just saying that this one was. I would pick this over Arkham Horror all the time. So let's just say that. So, but yeah, it's really cool. So you go through this narrative. There's a lot of different branching conclusions, which is cool. It's a very simple approach where you're trying to locate secrets and put damage on cards by doing these tests. And the tests you can help boost by playing cards from your hand. But the cards you play from your hand, every time you reshuffle and grab them back up, what's called your endurance goes down. So your endurance drops and then you get less cards in your hand every time. So you kind of need to be careful on when you play your cards. The other nice thing is you can try tests without playing any cards, and then if you fail, most tests won't punish you. Some tests will. And so it's a lot of trying to figure out how to approach the game. I only played the first scenario. I only saw there's only 2 characters in the game. I played the more supporting character, the software guy, which is really fun. The other one is much more like a Kim character, honestly. Very much more fighty. So, yeah. Oh, hope, yeah. There's hope in the game as well, yes. Unless you run out of hope. And that helps protect you from the damage effects. Deck size. The deck size in this one was, I'm trying to remember exactly. Endurance goes to max of 10. So you will... I don't know how the campaign is going to play out exactly, but you will never have more than 10 cards in deck. I don't think. I played with a deck of 8, I'm pretty sure. And I think that's standard size. And so so for the first few rounds, because I was playing solo, I would get all my cards, but after my endurance started dropping, I had to be selective on which cards I needed for the next round. It gets to be a very fun puzzle from that standpoint. But yeah, it looks good. I liked what I saw in this one. It was really fun. So if you like adventure card games approach, and you like a narrative, I will say probably the biggest con for me was the playtime. It was on the longer side. It's not long, but it was on the longer side for me. It can take upwards of 2 hours potentially, or 90 minutes to 2 hours is probably about the area for this one. So, but it was really fun. It was a really cool game. So. Yeah, definitely check it out Mike. If you have any questions, I have a video, like I said. Other people did videos too. Mike from One Stop Co-op Shop did a video. Purple Moose did a video. I think Derek might be doing a video sometime in the future on this one. So there's plenty of people to watch for videos on this. It's very cool. So something that, like I said, surprised me, and I think they did a great job with this one. So, cool. Oh, the other thing I mentioned too. Another cool thing about the game is you have tools, and so throughout the course of a scenario play, you're kind of gathering these resources to pay for these upgrade cards, which are unique for each character, and makes it really fun. So that's how you get your good stuff in the game. Okay, so that is Neon Hope. It is currently on Kickstarter. So go check that one out. Like I said, if you have questions on any of these, let me know. But like this one I play, I can definitely speak a lot to that one. This next game I can also speak a decent amount to. That is Reichbusters Reloaded. So this is a game that I have played quite a bit in the past, but I played the original version. This is the Reloaded version. So, oh, brain fart. Is Monolith? Yeah, Monolith. Monolith got the license to produce this game, and they took a look at it and they revamped it. This is a Weird War II game. Weird War II game in a sense that like it is World War II, but it is got that occult like Hydra-ish type approach. If you know Hydra from like Marvel Comics, for example, where it's not actually history, but like they have a weird like faction of like of a weird faction to go against in this one. This is I use the term stealth game, but it feels more like a breach and clear game. I say that because you'll run to a room and enemies will spawn, or they'll come busting in the room potentially, and you need to take them out before they can react to you and then trigger the alarm. And when the alarm triggers, just hordes of enemies come on board and you have to just get out. It gets crazy. So yeah, so it is a cool game. I actually enjoyed the original version of this game, but there was some really big pain points for it. And I read the rulebook for this one, and they have done a great job addressing those pain points. So one of the pain points in the original game was noise. So in this game, all the dice have potential to explode, and only the players roll dice. The enemies all have static numbers, which is great. I love that. So I'm only rolling for my attack if I'm attacking an enemy. I'm rolling for my defense if I'm being attacked by an enemy. And I always have a chance to explode dice. There's always a chance you can succeed. And the enemies are static numbers. You know what it is. There's no surprises there. It's very cool. Very cool. I like that approach a lot. That's still in here. But one thing that was in the game was noise. And the noise is whenever you did basically in the game, in the original game, you roll noise dice, and that would explode, which might roll more of that to have like a lot of noise and bad things come, all that stuff. It was very annoying. No one liked it. So in this game, that's gone. So they completely removed the noise. It is now a resource, which is very cool. So different weapons or things you do might cost noise, and you only have so much noise until it might trip the enemies to coming after you, which is very, very neat. I like that approach. So it's a static resource. No more rolling dice for every single action you do. They also clean up some of the other actions. The other thing they cleaned up is the approach of the game as a whole. So let me try to find an image of it. Let's see. I don't know if I see a picture of the board. I don't see a picture of the board. I was hoping to find. Oh, I can pull up the rules real quick here. But the player board is really nicely laid out where all the, actually I can pull it up right here real quick, where all the actions, oh, no, it's not gonna pull up real quick. Sorry, guys. Let's see if I find an example of it. It should be, here it is. Here it is. I want to find this. So all the actions you take are on the, oh my gosh, what's going on with my pointer? There we go, that's better. So right here. So all the actions are on the board on the top, and you have 2 actions you can take each turn. And then you can play cards on top of it to modify your die rolls, which is really cool because it's not just rerolling dice. It's like, hey, it gives you that dice results, or you can play for the effects, all that fun stuff. And all the characters play very differently. And the card play in this game is excellent. I love the card play in this. You feel really powerful in this game. You can do really cool. Every character can do something really cool, no matter if they're a support character or attacking character, whatever it is. There's a lot of fun stuff going on that. So that's still in the game, and it's very much easier to manage and view and execute because it was a lot of keywords in the previous one, and this is now all written on the boards. The other thing, which was a huge pain point for me, was the real weapons. So in this game, you run through these bases, take on the bad guys, doing these objectives, take on bosses, all that fun stuff. The enemies have unlocked Rill, which is, I always think of it as like the power cube, right? The Tesseract from Hydra, where they've taken this technology and they've made zombies out of them in this case, and they've made weapons with this cool technology, and they're blasting with it. Well, at some point, you may come across the ability to harness that for yourself. Let me slap this rill and modify my weapon for this, and like that's a cool concept. And it was just horrible in the original game. Like it was not worth it to use it at all, because the results were just, it would backfire you all the time, and it would just not be worth it, and it was just not a good experience. they've completely changed that. It looks so much better now, where now you can upgrade your weapon, which sounds really cool. So yeah, long story short, I'm very excited to see this one. I am back in this one. I still have the previous version, so I'm looking to see what that looks like in the future, how this works. Real weapons pulled the axe from the box. Yeah, exactly. So no, it's a cool game. I really like the card playing this one. I'm optimistic. I think they did a good job addressing this one, and I was read the rule books. The only thing I saw, or maybe a better way to say, I didn't see that I didn't quite like is the previous game you would actually level up and get skills, so you can actually get new skills to your character. That's not in this game anymore. So I think the only leveling up you do is your weapon itself by getting the real technology. And of course, item stuff you get throughout the game, which are pretty powerful, honestly. But they didn't see the skills. And I think they removed that because that would be a look up the rules issue. I think the whole point of this game is to be able to play without touching the rulebook at all. Everything I'm seeing here seems to align to that strategy, so we'll see if it works out in the end, because it looks, I don't know, it looks like they did a good job of this one. So, like I said, I'm back in this one. I'm looking forward to it. That is Reichbusters Reloaded by Monolith, currently on GameFound. All right, so apparently this month is the Weird War 2 Reloaded games, because there's another. This is a game coming up. It's not out yet, but another Weird War 2 game that is also reloaded. It cracked me up when I saw this coming up the same month. So, Escape from Stalingrad Z, also Weird War game, like I said. So this is Z because it's a zombie. So you're playing in Stalingrad, World War 2, and all these zombies out there come and attack you. This is reloaded because they are coming back. This is already came out with the Escape from Stalingrad Z. This is reloaded. They've got some changes to it. So it is a 1 to 3 player game. You can play it. So it's actually seems like a really good solo game, honestly. Very fast setup. And you just open a book and you put some tokens down and you just start playing. All the rules are on one page and all the maps on the other page. Let's see if we can find it real quick. It's very compact. Yeah, here's an example of what it looks like. Very compact play area. Looks very cool. I've not played this one. I do want to check this one out at some point. And on your turn, it has an interesting, do I stand, do I walk, or do I run? And based upon how you do that, your accuracy is going to change, and how enemies react to you is going to change as well, as you try to do different objectives in this game. And it's got, let me check my notes, 45, I believe. 1 second, I did write that down. Yeah, 45 interlocking scenarios in this one. Paul Darcy has to play through. Sweet. Yeah, Paul does good stuff. Yeah, I do like the maps and book style games. Look exactly around me, for sure. When I saw them, I'm like, ooh, that's cool. And this is 45 interlocking scenarios, which is really, really neat. So yeah, if you like a quick game with a campaign, this one might be one to check out. And you level up all the fun stuff, so it's really cool. Now, one thing I want to call out, here it is. What's changed? So they, like I said, this is not a new game. They actually dropped the cost of this game, and they made some component changes for this new approach. So, like I said, they removed the dual layer dashboard. They compacted things around. They made things smaller size. So, like you see here, there's a lot of things were changed here. But what they added is an accessory set. So if you wanted more of the experience of the original game with like dual layer boards, you can buy this accessory set to get that similar experience. So this makes it a little more approachable from that standpoint. But yeah, so new characters, new special rules, enemies, terrain, all that fun stuff. It looks cool. I couldn't find the rule. I was looking around for the rule book and I got a little lost, so I wasn't able to find it. I'm sure it's on this page someplace. So I couldn't find the co-op rules specifically, but from what I understand the game, I think it's going to work fine as co-op. I think it's going to work really, really well solo, like I said. Something fast, easy to play, quick to set up. Yeah, but take a look at this one. Mike from One Stop Co-op Shop did a playthrough of the original game, so you can go check out his playthrough as well if you're interested in that one. But this one is not out yet. It is coming up in the 15th, I believe. Let me check my notes. Yes, 15th. April 15th, Escape from Stalingrad Z Reloaded. Okay, enough Weird War stuff. Let's get back to the opposite of Weird War, something light and family-oriented, maybe. Fairytale. This is coming up to GameFound and also launching on April 15th. This is one 4-player campaign adventure game that looks very approachable for families, and it looks like it might have something for adults too. I'm not really sure. There's not much out here, so I'm going to do my best to explain what I know of this game to you guys. So, oh, Aaron, good question. Are the games getting update packs? Reichbusters does. I don't know if Stalingrad is as well. I didn't see on the page. It might be there. I apologize, Aaron. I didn't see that. I can go back and check in a little bit though. But anyway, let me keep going forward here, and then we'll keep checking. So, okay. So this is cool. 20 minutes per player, 1 to 4 players. You're playing as pets in this magical world, and very, very whimsical. The production on this looks amazing, honestly. So everything's like really like wooden pieces, thick components. It does come in this. Let me just scroll down to it. An interesting box. Yeah, you'd be leveling up your characters, go through this and stuff like that. Fulfilling quests. But where's the box design? Because that was very unique. Yeah, everything's in these hex tiles, of course. But it comes in... Where is it? Oh, it's in here someplace. Probably at the bottom here. Yeah, here it is. So the actual game box is going to be like this lid, and it's kind of a log-looking thing, like a hex log. So you have all your miniatures, your hex pieces, your plastic components, all that fun stuff. But absolutely beautiful, like production I'm seeing here. Like lots of real nice components. Art looks great. It definitely seems like it's gonna be great for families. I don't know like what level it's gonna be for like gamers. I'm not sure. I don't have any information. I couldn't find a rule book. There's very little out there now for it. Sounds like they will have videos, but they're not posted yet. So, but yeah, going quest, battling enemies. I don't know much more to say about this one. Like I said, I wish I had a rule book, but it looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful game. I love the theme. I love the lighthearted nature of it as you level up your character and go through these campaigns. It looks cool, but like I just don't have information. So I'll have to come back and take a look at this one. But it's yeah, Fairytale, one word. So launching on GameFound the 15th. So this one also has this one doesn't have it. But yeah, even the rulebook is a hex, which is kind of cool. So just very different approach. So okay. Another game coming up. This one's later, and I don't know when this is launching. It's supposed to be in April. I assume it's going to be at the end of the month. But that is... Where's my thing? Here it is. That is Sail Legacy. So, like I said, sometime it's supposed to be in April. It's just coming to Kickstarter. I don't know when. I haven't seen any dates. I may be wrong. Maybe it might get pushed back. But this is the Legacy version of Sail. So, this is a 2-player trick-taking game. And it's a co-op, which is very cool. I actually haven't played this one, but we can walk through together a little bit how it works. So, in this game, and I'll explain how the base game works, the non-Legacy game works, to give you an idea if the Legacy version is interesting to you. But basically, how this, let me scroll down, hold on. Okay, let me pull up this picture here. There we go, that's better. So how it works is you'll be playing, like I said, a trick-taking game. So when your partner will play a card, or you'll play a card, and they will follow your suit. And all the cards have different colors. You have to follow the suit if you can. If you can't, of course, it's like trick taking, right? But the cards themselves have symbols on them. If the symbols match or are different combinations, they will trigger different actions. And so you are running a ship. See, oh my gosh, my cursor's big again. Okay, we're running the ship, and how it's going to work is if the symbols match. I think that it depends on what it is, right? It will have the ship move like towards the person who won the trick, or toward the other person, or towards the left or right. So there's like a lot of different ways of moving. Basically, you maneuver around the board, trying to complete different objectives to get to the ending spot, while avoiding like krakens and islands and all that stuff as you play through it. So that's how the core game worked. It was a board, you assemble the board, all that fun stuff. Now, for Legacy, there's not much information on this, but I do know this will be a book. It's going to be a book. You open the book, it's going to have the snares laid out there. It is also destructible, so it's not fully resettable. I don't know exactly what that means, but this Legacy series, you're going to be riding on boards and who knows what. As you sail across this ocean, being pirates, having fun, dealing with krakens, all that stuff. So if you like 2-player games and trick-taking, this might be one worth looking into. So I'm pretty interested in this one, because I found that trick-taking games work really well for us, which is something that we play quite a bit of. And of course, co-op trick-taking looks cool. Sail's a fantastic game. You've got the chunky bits. Oh, cool, Mike. Yeah, it looks good. I haven't played it though. I haven't played it. It looks fun. I watched a little bit of like the intro one. It looked like the intro scenario was pretty straightforward, and it seems like it definitely ramps up from there. So looks cool. I killed it. Okay. Okay, so that is Sail Legacy. Like I said, sometime in April. Don't know when, but I have a link to the Kickstarter so you can hit notify me on launch. So let's see. Yeah, Jose, I got a glitch on the bottom or something. I apologize. If you like trick taking, I'll get it for sure, Steve. Oh, cool, Mike. Okay, I might try to find a copy of it. So, yeah, we love the crew. The Lord of the Rings trick taking game's awesome, and this one looks fun too. So, love that type of stuff. Okay, the next one I want to talk about. I don't have even a page for it. I don't know why there's not a page. I didn't even find a BGG listing for it either. So, but that is, took its way while we talk about it. That is Aeon's End. It's coming back. Beyond the Breach is the name of it. So this is launching April 22nd. Aeon's End is a wonderful player deck building game, fully cooperative. It's the unique thing about the game is you're playing as these mages, and as you build your deck, discard cards. You don't shuffle your deck, so you discard cards however order you can pick for the most part. And when you shuffle, instead of shuffling, you flip it back over and you draw it back up. So it's cool thing about it is you can set up different combos by discarding cards in smart ways. It's all taking down a boss together in the scenario. I don't think this one needs much description because I'm sure a lot of people have heard of Aeon's End. There's tons of videos out there, but more of it's coming. It's launching on the 22nd. Yeah, Aeon's End, exactly. Because I want. Yeah, I feel like if you know what it is, you're going back it. If you like it, it's easy. I don't have any information on it, but I think that's probably enough for most people to know if they want it or not. So, okay, so that is all I have for April. I did have one last thing I'll bring up. This was announced earlier, a few weeks ago, I'd say. Not this month. Maybe it was this month. I forget exactly. But I'm a sucker for, I love Isofarian Guard, and Veilward by Sky Kingdom Games was announced. Don't know exactly when this is launching, but this is an expansion for Isofarian Guard. I am super excited for this one. It's going to kind of continue where it left off. But the one thing I'm going to call out here specifically is this mode, which I think a lot of people might be interested in, is cinematic mode, which is a very much story-driven way that's going to remove a lot of the streamlining and the kind of the churn that people have run into. So that might be a really nice mode for lots of people. We will see what it's like. Like I said, I don't know much information, but the page is available to view, and this is coming to GameFound. Yes, GameFound. So I will probably be covering more of this one later when I have more information about it. So new stuff, new mechanics, all the fun stuff. Okay, that, my friends, is all I had for today on the news. So why am I having trouble navigating? There we go. Okay, back to normal. I would get an Aeon's End crawler Euro head-to-head and maybe even a roll and write if I have enough Aeon's End. Yes. Up to a final fantasy at this point. That's a good call, Chris. Yeah, that game goes on forever for sure. Cool. Okay. I think that is, like I said, all I have for the month of April. I'm sure there's things I've missed that might be coming up. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, anything you saw, let me know in the description below. Like I said, I've got video links to all these campaigns. And we'll be back in May with more news as we keep doing this format. So that's all I got. I will mention on this channel on Saturday, we will have a co-op chat. And there was a comment earlier, and we can dive into more. We will be talking about tariffs, and the impact to board game industry specifically. So I'll have two designers coming on. It'll be Derek and I, Derek from Kenji Studios, talking with two designers about that, kind of walking through different scenarios and discussions about that. So that should be kind of fun fun, but digging into what the impact will be. So it's constantly changing though, so it might be an interesting chat. Other than that, there's some other games I've been itching to play, and I'm probably gonna do a random stream towards the end of this week sometime. I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow or maybe later this weekend, but yeah, I'm gonna get some more games out there, so just be ready. So yeah, who knows, Yogi? Who knows what's gonna be? But we'll talk through it. It's been something that I have had on the agenda for like a month now, and it just happened to blow up recently. And like, okay, well, I got kick this pig and have this chat. So because I had I've been talking to some people trying to get this ready to go for, like I said, about a month. So yeah, just it's that time. So we'll talk about that, and then yeah, we'll see how that goes. So cool. That's all I got. I want to thank everyone who joined today. If you like this content, like and subscribe will help us a ton. If you're interested in supporting us more, we do have a Ko-Fi and Patreon if you want to go that route. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you next time at the guild. Bye bye.